Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited to share with you 10 things that you need to know when starting off your health journey. And before we get into it, I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, as well as go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. A big thumbs up if you liked it. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing, which I think is the most important thing, is to understand that this is a lifestyle. Just like right now, we may be living a lifestyle where we're eating unhealthy, or we're going to bed late, or we're talking to people who don't really serve our soul, whatever the case may be. Just like that, to flip it around into a healthier lifestyle, it is a lifestyle. So we need to not look at it as something to only do for 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. Let's only shed 20 pounds. Let's only shed whatever. Those are good incremental goals. But overall, this is a lifestyle. If that's why you're watching this video, I'm hoping then this video is for you. Okay, the second thing that you need to know when starting off your health journey, and this may come as a shock, but willpower, determination, and motivation will only get you so far. I mean, if you really think about it, you want motivation to kick in when you're not feeling your best, or when you really, really need someone or something to kind of kick it back into you so you can, be your best self for the day. But imagine if that was the case every single day. That's exhausting. I'm going to link my video that I did on habits and how realistically, as humans, the less friction that it takes to accomplish a task, the more likely we're going to be able to do it. So I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but you want to understand that you really need a purpose more than having willpower and motivation to actually fulfill your health journey. The third thing, which is super exciting, is that your body and mind are capable of adapting. This is scientifically true, whether it be your taste buds, whether it be your body, whether it be your mindset. If you're in a rut today, that doesn't mean that after you're going to still be in a rut. You can literally change. I mean, a good example that I'm going to share with you is when I was younger, I used to despise tomatoes. And when I'm talking younger, I'm saying like till I was born up until like 10 years old, I didn't really like tomatoes. And my parents would put the tomatoes in lentil, dal, and they would put it in different ways and I wouldn't even notice it. So they kind of like slowly entered it into my diet to where now I literally eat tomatoes like they're apples and I love them. I literally eat 1 tomato every single day, and I know it's a little crazy, but I love them so much. So the point being is your taste buds will change. What you find tasty today, tomorrow you're gonna find really salty. You might find upsets your stomach. You might find isn't actually as tasty as you remembered it to be. And quick side note, something that I don't find as yummy as I used to are Reese's. I had a Reese's once this week, and I think it was like the first time after a couple years, and it literally tasted so sugary it made my tongue hurt and it didn't taste good. And the reason I bring that up is because I've really been having dark chocolate for the past 2 or 3 years, and actually more than that, like maybe 5 years. So yeah, you're very capable of changing and adapting. The fourth one is just me being super, super real, and this is what you need to know. What you're scared of today, tomorrow you will crave. If you're scared of lifting weights, if you're scared of taking a jog, if you're scared of swapping out, unhealthy foods for healthy foods like chickpeas, kidney beans, whatever, I'm telling you, once your body mind changes, you're going to start craving it. So it's so funny because my friends will know this, but when I crave certain foods, you'll be very surprised. It's not like chips or pop or things like that, but I'll crave like tabbouleh, which is a Middle Eastern salad made mainly from parsley, tomatoes, and onions and lemon. And I know, right? Like some of you might be thinking, I would never crave that. And I'm not gonna lie, I would not have craved that like 5 or 6 years ago, but that's what I crave. I don't know, just things that I would have never thought that I wanted or that I would actually crave. I'm literally craving the same cravings that you have today for maybe fries and pop. Tomorrow you might have for like vegan ice cream and a swim on the lake. The fifth thing that you need to know when starting your health journey is it starts with yourself before you can depend on someone else to hold you accountable or be your gym buddy, if you will. Now, I know this sounds a little controversial. You might be thinking, well, isn't it good to have an accountability partner or someone who can, motivate me and make sure I'm in check? Well, it kind of goes back to the second thing I was talking about, which is motivation and willpower. It's definitely good to have people, who can hold you accountable. I myself have people like that. But one thing that I've noticed for myself, and honestly, a lot of people around me, is when they start off, or in general, if they're always seeking all of this stimulus from other people, they really don't train their body to do it for themselves. So imagine if tomorrow all your accountability partners, all your friends took a vacation to Mars. Like, are you just gonna not be healthy? Is it gonna stop? I think that's a red flag, because that means it's not coming from you. It's actually coming from everyone around you. And that to me is not only unhealthy, but I also feel like you're missing out on the feeling of doing something on your own before you lean on other people to help you do it. So this is something that I've learned. I know especially in the beginning, honestly, even last year, I would be really dependent on people, and I'd say like, make sure I go work out. And sometimes I do that, but there's honestly just so much power in being that person for yourself. There really is. The sixth thing I want to share with you is really sad, but it's a very, very real reality. And that is, this world is not set up for you to be healthy and for you to be not prone to disease. So you will have to go the extra mile and do the research and learn along the way. I'm in marketing, and my thesis in university was on food marketing and consumerism, specifically in fast food chain restaurants like Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Burger King. But in general, when we see labels in food stores that say organic, all natural, no added preservatives, etc., I would still say turn the product around and read the ingredients. Please read the ingredients. Do not fall for, marketing in terms of the color of the package, if it looks healthy, if it's in a recyclable bag, or whatever the case is. Read the ingredients. And this is something I want to tell you, but as you start your health journey, you're going to find out things for yourself. Like, you're going to crave going to your local farmer's market and getting fresh produce. You're going to crave getting things that are, don't have a shelf life of 12 weeks, but have a shelf life of 1 week, and don't have preservatives in them. Unfortunately, you will have to do work, but I will say the perk is you end up becoming more invested. If you kind of don't do the research and you kind of just do what other people are doing, like the celery juice cleanse, the no carb diet, and whatever, you're not really doing your own research and reading and questioning, and you end up not being as invested. And I think that being invested in such a big thing like your life is definitely necessary, and it makes it, as I said, more fun. The seventh thing I want to talk about is so important, as are all of these, and that is eating is a human function. It's a necessity, and it's supposed to be fun. I mean, if you just think about all of the cultures in the world that literally revolve around food, I'm sure you can think of a solid dozen. Just my own culture being Indian, we literally congregate because of food. It's not like we hang out and then because we're hanging out we have food. We'll have food that we're going to cook, and then because of the food that's being cooked, people are like, oh, let's come over. And it's always the center of attention. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be bland. It's not supposed to be boring. Just quick disclaimer, I don't eat avocado toast. I don't eat oatmeal. I don't eat, what else is like cliche healthy? I don't eat salads. I'll have those things maybe once every few months, but most of my healthy food is an Indian predominant diet, and I have very flavorful things, and it's fun, and I look forward to it. Just like right now, you may be looking forward to a hot dog or a pizza. And just to add to that too, if you really think about it, When you're pulling up to the McDonald's drive-thru, you're not thinking about it, you know, you're excited. You're like, I'm about to have McDonald's, I'm about to have this Subway sandwich or whatever. So think about it. When you actually give yourself time to change your taste buds, you're gonna have fun eating healthy items, and it's actually going to make you sad when you eat foods that aren't nutritionally dense. I know that sounds so like unreal, but I'm not joking. The few times I'll have like chips, like Doritos and things like that, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the excitement I would have gotten back in college or back in high school. It's actually, I would rather have like pita chips and hummus, or like I would rather have Jut, which isn't the healthiest, but it's still healthier. You know what I mean? The 8th thing I'm gonna tell you, take notes on this, people, let me tell you. And here it is. Shortcuts will give you short-term results. If you're looking to lose 20 pounds and you're like, okay, for 2-3 months, I'm gonna cut carbs, I'm gonna cut sugar, I'm just gonna starve my body, you're obviously going to lose weight. Your body's starving, duh. So that's a shortcut. And for me, the way I look at it is if I'm eating healthy, if I'm sleeping well, if I'm hanging around people who, you know, push me to become better, if I'm watching TV shows that don't like clog up my mind with negative thoughts, if I'm working out, everything turns out amazing. My hair, my nails, my skin, my body, my outlook on life is just overall healthy, or healthier, if you will. And you're not gonna get that when you're just targeting one thing. And again, it's finite, it's not a lifestyle, it's a shortcut, it's not sustainable. To me, that's just being lazy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely a lazy person when I was younger, and now it's the biggest eye roll ever. Like, why would you be lazy about yourself? But I will say the good news is your body is capable of changing, and as much as it might suck right now, you're gonna love it later. And just to share my own personal reason why I started my health journey, it really was because I want to be around for a long time, and I want to be healthy for the time that I'm around, and I want to be able and capable for those that I love and those that I care about. The 9th thing that you should know when starting your health journey is you need to love yourself throughout the journey. There's never going to be a point where you're perfect or you're at a place where you can never improve and get better. So once you've understood that this is a lifestyle approach, you'll understand how much easier it is to love yourself. Because if you're looking at this as I'm just going to do the best for my body, my mind, and my soul, then the journey becomes something that you adopt as your own, and you literally love yourself. Whether you're 190 pounds or whether you're 130 pounds, you love yourself because you're working every single day to be the best version of yourself. And how can't you love someone like that? The last thing that you should know when starting your health journey is don't compare. Don't compare, don't compare. We are all different people, duh. We all have different journeys, duh. We all have different results, duh. Why would you compare? It makes literal no logical sense.
So just don't do it.
I think it's so important when I talk about health journeys is, yes, you're trying to make yourself better, but aren't you so happy about others that are making themselves better? Like when I see someone on Instagram that's looking, you know, fine as heck, like this sis is killing it. Why wouldn't I be happy? Because if anything, those are the people I can lean on for motivation when I need it, when I have a long day, when I, you know, haven't slept well. Those are the accounts I'm gonna go to. To me, it doesn't make sense to compare because you never know when they started. You can't compare yourself to me. You don't even know how many years I've been working out for. I'll tell you now, it's been about 3.5 years. So, you know, it doesn't make sense. It distracts you from your purpose. It's kind of an oxymoron, right? You're feeling all these unhealthy thoughts and feelings towards someone else while you're on your health journey. Doesn't make sense. Well, that is all for today, everyone. I'm so glad that you were able to join me. I hope you were able to learn something and take notes. I really do believe that we are all meant to live this life and work towards being our best selves and help those around us to do the same. Start somewhere. You don't get a degree, a college degree in a day. You get it after a few years. You don't get the job that you wanted just by walking through the door. You have to interview, you have to apply. So similarly, you don't just become healthy overnight or even over a year. It's a continuous journey where you learn about your body, its needs, and things like that. And then you learn what the world has to offer and how you can use it to, live your best life.